Okay, so these are questions, test your knowledge questions from chapter number 3, exemptions under GST. Question number 1, examine whether the following independent intrastate services are exempt from GST. Legal services provided by BMC and Partners, Delhi, a partnership firm of advocates. So, partnership firm of advocates, to Vastukar Enterprises, Delhi, providing architect services with preceding year aggregate turnover as 21 lakhs. So, we have advocate services, that is services provided by individual advocate other than senior advocate or firm of advocates to a business entity whose turnover during the previous year does not exceed threshold limit is exempted. But what is the threshold limit for registration? 20 lakhs. For a service provider, the threshold limit for registration is 20 lakhs. In this case, the threshold limit exceeded. So, during the previous year, therefore, the services provided by BMC and Partners to Vastukar Enterprises will be taxable and it will be coming under RCM, where liability to pay GST is on Vastukar Enterprises under RCM. Okay, so that is this. So, here it is not exempted and it will be taxable under RCM. The next one, B, minimum balance charges collected by Dhanvarsha Bank from current account and savings account holders. So, a bank getting consideration by way of interest or discount is only exempted, and even interest on credit card is also taxable, and any other charges collected by the bank will be taxable. This is other than interest or discount, so therefore it will be taxable. Okay, so this will be liable to GST, and these are not covered under RCM, so therefore the bank shall pay GST under FC. Next, number 2, Shiva Medical Center, a multi-speciality hospital, is a registered supplier in Mumbai. It hires senior doctors and consultants independently without entering into any employer-employee agreement with them. These doctors and consultants provide consultancy to inpatients, patients who are admitted in the hospital without there being any contract with such patients. In return, they are paid consultancy charges by Shiva Medical Center. So, Shiva Medical Center collecting money from the patients is exempted under healthcare services provided by clinical establishment. Then the consulting doctor getting money from the Shiva Medical Center is also exempted under healthcare service provided by authorized medical practitioner. So, both are exempted. However, money actually charged by Shiva Medical Center from the inpatients is higher than the consulting charges. Irrespective of that, it is exempted. Okay. And the difference amount retained by the hospital includes charges for providing ancillary services like nursing care infrastructure. The department took the standard senior doctors and consultants are providing service to Shiva Medical Center and not to patients. See, in healthcare services, it is given healthcare services provided by clinical establishment, authorized medical practitioner, paramedics. They did not give it to the patients. So, patient's point is not given. Means even if the paramedics and authorized medical practitioners provides the service to the clinical establishment also on behalf of the patient, that is on behalf of clinical establishment they provide service to the patient, but for them the recipient will be clinical establishment, then also it is exempted. So, in this case the stand taken by department is not correct and it is exempted. So, we have a circular also in that regard that GST not applicable on the retention money kept by Shiva Medical Center. Then question number 3, Vedanta Hospital, Gurgaon has its own restaurant Annapurna Bhavan in the basement which supplies food to inpatients. So, food sold to inpatients will be exempted. And Annapurna Bhavan also supplies food to other patients, means outpatients or their attendants and visitors, that will be taxable, because supply of food to inpatients will be part of healthcare service and it will be exempted. But supply of food to the others is not part of healthcare service, that will be taxable. The food is prepared by the employees of the hospital and nothing is outsourced to any third party vendors. Vedanta Hospital is of the view that all services provided by clinical establishment are exempt. No. So, services provided, only healthcare services provided by them is exempted. They will be giving their premises on rent for pharmacies or any other purpose, then it will be taxable. So, likewise, so services provided to inpatients is only covered under healthcare service, that will be exempted. So therefore here, so other supplies of food by hospital to patients or attendants or visitors are taxable. Okay. Then next, number 4, IIMs. Indian Institute of Management Indore organizes a placement drive for the students studying in the campus. Many multinational companies register for the placement program and pay registration fee of 1 lakh. IIM Indore is of the view that such consideration received from multinational companies for participating in the placement program is exempt from GST. Explain whether the view taken by IIM Indore is correct. First of all, Indian Institute of Management will come under educational institution for providing education as a part of curriculum for obtaining a qualification recognized by law. Now, that is an educational institution, but educational institution providing service to students, faculty and staff is only exempted. Here, they are providing services to whom? They are providing service to the corporates, multinational companies, and they get money from that multinational companies. That will be taxable. Only services provided to students, faculty and staff is exempted. So in that case, they are providing services to multinational companies and these are not exempt from GST. So whenever you are writing about exemptions reference, so you give a reference of section 11 read with notification 12/2017, because as per section 11, so central government is empowered to give exemption from payment of GST. Accordingly, we have notification 12/2017. So whenever you are writing about RCM, section 9 subsection 3 read with notification 13/2017. Whenever you are writing about exemption, section 11 read with notification 12/2017. Then number 5, India Corporations Limited, a PSU, has taken loan from a banking company, Wellness Bank Limited. The loan was guaranteed by the central government. India Corporations Limited defaulted in the repayment of such loan. Examine whether the service of guaranteeing of loan by the central government in this case is liable to GST. So we have one exemption, that is guarantee commission received by the government from the PSUs is exempted. So whenever loans are taken by PSUs, that will be guaranteed by the government. So government will get some guarantee commission that is covered under the specific exemptions with respect to services provided by government to business entities. Therefore, this will be exempted. This will be exempted. Okay. Then guarantee commission is exempted. Point number 6. British High Commission, Chief Diplomatic Mission of UK located in India, is providing advisory services to the students willing to travel to UK for further studies. The mission has organized a seminar for such students and the registration fee of 5,000 per student has been charged from the students for the same. You are required to determine whether the advisory services provided by British High Commission are liable to GST. So, this foreign diplomatic mission or consular post located in India, so they provide any service that is exempted. Services provided by foreign diplomatic mission is exempted. So in this case, this British High Commission will come under foreign diplomatic mission and whatever money that they are getting will be exempted. So that registration fee of 5,000 rupees from student will be exempted. Okay. Foreign diplomatic mission located in India exempted. Accordingly, British High Commission collecting fee from students is exempted. Then number 7, Bhushan Biomedical Waste Limited is providing service of biomedical waste treatment to Vishuddhi Pharma Company. For such services, Bhushan Biomedical Waste Limited has charged a fixed sum on monthly basis. Whether the service provided by Bhushan Biomedical Waste Limited is exempt under GST. Services provided by, this biomedical waste treatment operators. Services provided by biomedical waste treatment operators. So they will be getting money from the hospitals. So for disposal of the medical waste, that will be exempted. Okay, we have a specific exemption regarding this. So therefore, whatever service that are provided will be exempted. Okay, but here services provided by biomedical waste treatment operators to clinical establishment is only exempted. But is this, Vishuddhi Pharma Company a clinical establishment? No. Actually, biomedical waste treatment operator service is exempted. But when it is exempted, only when they provide services to hospital it is exempted. But here it is Vishudhi Pharma Company, which is not a hospital, which is not a clinical establishment. So that will be taxable. Okay. So Bhushan Biomedical Waste Limited to Vishudhi Pharma Company are not exempted. So services of common biomedical waste treatment operators to only clinical establishment is exempted. What is a clinical establishment? A place where healthcare service is provided. That is only clinical establishment. So in this case it will be taxable. Then next one, determine whether GST payable in respect of each of the following independent services provided by registered persons. Fees of 10,000 rupees charged from office staff for in-house personality development course conducted by Munjiri Lal College, providing education as a part of curriculum for obtaining a qualification recognized by law. First of all, there is an educational institution. That educational institution, is this an educational institution? Munjiri Lal College? Yes. Munjiri Lal College is an educational institution because it is providing qualification recognized by law. Now, that college providing educational institution, services provided by educational institution to its students, faculty and staff is exempted. In this case, they are providing services to the staff, so the money received will be exempted. Okay. So in this case, first point, it is exempted, exempt from GST because this is money is collected from the staff. Then number 2, bus fees of 2,500 per month collected from students by Rosemary College. Rosemary College is providing education as a part of curriculum. So Rosemary College is an educational institution. Educational institution providing any services to its students, faculty, staff is exempted. Here it is students. So that bus fees is also exempted. See, any service, not necessarily only education service, any service provided by an educational institution to its students, faculty and staff is exempted. Then next, third point, housekeeping services provided by Clean Well to Himavarsha Montessori School. This is services provided to education institution. So here, Clean Well to Himavarsha Montessori School, a play school for cleaning its playground and classrooms. So housekeeping service, transportation service, security and housekeeping service, catering service provided to category 1 education institution, that is educational institution up to 12th standard is exempted. Here it is a play school. Play school will come under education institution up to 12th standard. So therefore this housekeeping services will be exempted. Okay. So housekeeping service provided to Himavarsha Montessori School is exempted. But remember, that is security and housekeeping service is exempted provided it is in the premises. So it should be provided within the premises. If they conduct some event elsewhere, for that housekeeping services and security services will not be exempted, it will be taxable. Then number 4, Infolink supplied Tracing Alphabets, an online educational journal to students of UKG class of Sydney Montessori School. So this will be, taxable. Why? Online periodicals and journals only for category 2 institution will be exempted, but for category 1 and 3 will be taxable. So here it is category 1 school. So category 3 is vocational education. So these two cases it will be taxable. So therefore in this case, point number 4, it will be taxable, not exempt from GST. Then question number 9, Sarvasugam Charitable Trust, a trust registered under section 12AB of Income Tax Act, provides the following information relating to supply of its services for the month of August. Renting of residential dwelling for use as residence. So residential dwelling for use as residence will be exempted. What is residential dwelling means? Residential dwelling means a residential property given on rent for residential purpose, that will be exempted. So therefore this 18,000 rupees will 18 lakh rupees will be exempted. So there is no GST on that. Then next, renting of rooms for devotees. So here it is a charitable trust and devotees charges per day 750. So renting of precincts of religious place meant for a general public, and that amount per day for accommodation less than 1,000 is exempted. Here it is 750 less than 1000. Therefore, that 6 lakhs is also exempted. Then next, renting of Kalyana Mandapam. So, renting of hall is exempted if it is less than 10,000 rupees per day. But here it is 15,000. Therefore, this 12 lakhs will be chargeable to GST 18%. So, 12 lakhs into 18%, 2 lakhs 16,000. Then, renting of community hall and open space, charges per day 7,500, less than 10,000 per day. Therefore, exempted. So, 10 lakh 75,000 will be exempted. Then next one, renting of shops for business. So, charges is 9,500 per month, less than 10,000 per month will be exempted. So, this 4 lakh 75,000 will be exempted. Whereas, in the other case, 12,000 rupees greater than or equals to 10,000 per month entirely taxable. So, entire 7 lakh 50,000 will be taxable into 18%, 1 lakh 35. So, the total is only 2 lakh 16 and 1 lakh 35,000. But here clearly we need to write the reason as to why it is exempted. So, that provisions needs to be properly written in the exam. Then question number 10, Mr. Nagarjun, a registered supplier of Chennai, has received the following amounts in respect of activities undertaken by him during the month of September. These are the amounts received by him, means it is his outward supplies. Amount charged for service provided to recognized sports body as a selector of national team. Only 5 people are exempted if they provide service to recognized sports body. Who are they? Player, referee, umpire, coach, team manager. But here they are acting as selector. Selector is not in the list. Therefore, that 50,000 will be chargeable to GST, and the rate of GST is given as 18%, except for GTS service the rate is 5%. So, 18% should be taken. 50,000 into 18%, that is 9,000 rupees. Then next, commission received as insurance agent from insurance company. So, insurance agent services. So, liability to pay GST is not on him. It is on the insurance company. So, therefore, it will not be taxable in his hands. So, no need to include in the liability of Mr. Nagarjun. So, because liability to pay GST is on insurance company, insurance agent to insurance company covered under RCM. Then next, amount charged as business correspondent for services provided to urban branch. If it is rural branch, it is exempted. Urban branch of a nationalized bank with respect to savings bank account. If it is business facilitator, it will come under RCM, but it is business correspondent. Business correspondent service to banking company. So, rural area exempted, urban area taxable under FCM. So, therefore, this Nagarjun is required to pay GST on that 15,000, 18%. Then next, services to foreign diplomatic mission located in India. So, what is a foreign diplomatic mission? So, any UN agency, consulate, etc. So, service to foreign diplomatic mission located in India. Actually, services by foreign diplomatic mission is exempted. This is service to foreign diplomatic mission. We don't have any exemption with respect to that. That will be taxable. Okay. Services provided. So, the moment you see foreign diplomatic mission, you will think that it is exempted. But see carefully. Services provided by foreign diplomatic mission is exempted. But this is two. So, that will be taxable. Funeral services. Funeral services is part of death related, which is excluded from supplying. First of all, that activity is not a supply. Okay. Nil. Next, then he received. So, this is their outward supply. Mr. Nagarjun's outward supply. He received his services from unregistered GTA. GTA is unregistered. Means GTA would not have opted to pay GST under FCM. So, he need to pay GST under RCM. 45,000. And that will be taxable under RCM. So, he need to pay GST under RCM. So, what is the rate? 5%. So, therefore, 45,000 into 5%, 2,250. So, what is the GST payable? They are asking us to calculate the gross GST liability. So, the gross GST liability under FCM will be, this total. What is that? 9,000 plus 2,700 plus 5,040 plus 2,250. So, this 18,990 is the total, but take out 2,250. FCM liability 16,740 and 2250 will be RCM liability. Now whatever GST that is paid under RCM can be taken as credit and adjusted against FCM liability. Okay, so but they are asking gross liability, so we will complete it. Suppose if they are asking net liability, the net liability will be, so 16,740. How? 16,740 is FCM liability and RCM liability will be 2250. That RCM liability we need to pay always using cash ledger. We cannot use credit, but this 2250 can be taken as credit and adjusted against FCM liability 16,740. So minus 2250. Then the FCM liability will be 16,740 minus 2250, 14,490, and 2250 will be RCM liability. Like this we need to show the computation. Then next question, question number 11. Vivid Private Limited is a supplier of goods and services at Bengaluru, registered in the state of Karnataka, having turnover of 200 lakhs in the last financial year. It has furnished the following information for the month of June. Services provided by way of a labor contract for repairing a single residential unit, otherwise as a part of residential complex. Only construction services for single individual house will be exempted, but repair service is not exempted. Actually in construction service we have one exemption which says that construction service provided to individual house, construction of an individual house is exempted, but repair service will be taxable. So in this case this 13 lakhs will be taxable, rate of GST 18%. So therefore the 13 lakhs will be chargeable to GST at 18%. What if it is given as, so construction of an individual house, then it will be exempted. Okay. Then next one, second point, fee received from students of a competitive exam training academy. So training academies, coaching centers, all these are not treated as educational institutions. So the money collected by them will be taxable. So that 5,40,000 will be taxable at the rate of 18%. Then next one, 4 buses each with seating capacity of 72 passengers given on hire to state road transport undertaking exempted. Hiring of a means of transport that can carry more than 12 passengers to a state road transport corporation, that 6 lakhs will be exempted in this case. So 6 lakhs no GST. Then next, rent paid to local municipal corporation for premises taken on rent for competitive exam training academy 2,50,000. So this is their inward supply on which they need to pay GST under RCM, because services provided by government to business entity, renting of immobile property we don't have under any exemption. So this will be taxable and it will be taxable under RCM. So on the 2,50,000 they need to pay GST under RCM 45,000. Then GTA services received from GTA, tax payable is 12%, which means, so on that already GTA will pay GST, it will not be taxable in the hands of the recipient. Okay, so that 1,80,000 they don't have to pay any GST under RCM, because 12%, the moment you see 12%, which means GTA will pay GST under FCM, so it will not come under his RCM liability. So they are asking what is the gross GST liability. Gross GST liability is this, that is FCM liability is 3,76,200 minus, so 45,000. So therefore FCM liability, if you see gross will be 3,31,200 and RCM liability will be 45,000. Now what is the ITC? Suppose if they are asking net liability, this 45,000 can be taken as credit, and also we can take the credit with respect to this GTA services, 1,80,000 into 12%. So that will be 21,600. This 21,600 also can be reduced. But here as outward supplies are partly taxable, partly exempted. So whether this is common credit or not also we need to analyze. So that data may be given. But up to this gross liability is this. So assuming that, so inward supplies are used for taxable outward supplies. So this way we need to compute. Okay. So 3,31,200 minus 45,000, 3,31,200 minus 45,000 minus 21,600, that will be 2,64,600, and here 45,000. This is how the liability will be computed, net liability if it is asked. Suppose if it is common credit, so proportionately we need to do the calculation for exempted and total, we need to reverse. Then question number 12. So question number 12 is a big question. Chanakya Academy is registered under GST in the state of Uttar Pradesh. The academy runs the following educational institutions: Keshav Institute of Technology, a private engineering college in Ghaziabad, okay, and KIT also runs distance learning postgraduate engineering programs. So therefore, where it will come under category 2 education institution, education as a part of curriculum for obtaining a qualification recognized by law. So therefore, it will come under category 2 institution. Then Little Millennium, a preschool in Lucknow, so that will come under category 1 up to 12th standard. Bright Minds, a coaching institute in Kanpur. Bright Minds is not an educational institution. So Spring Model, a higher secondary school affiliated to CBSE board. So school will come under category 1 institution. So now they provide the following details relating to expenses incurred by the institution. Means this is not services provided by educational institutions. This is services provided to educational institutions, okay, for the month of April to September. These are their inward supplies. So now first one, printing services for printing the question paper. So in case of inward supplies of educational institution, we need to remember, so transportation service, security and housekeeping services, and then catering services for category 1 only exempted. Whereas, so this admission to or conduct of examination, all 3 category institutions exempted. Online periodicals and journals, only category 2 it is exempted. So this is the matrix of exemption that we need to know. Now printing service for question paper, where it will come, conduct of examination, all 3 institutions it will be exempted, but Bright Minds is not an education institution, so there it will be taxable. And what is the rate of GST applicable? The rate of GST on goods is 12%, catering service is 5%, and on other service is 18%. So therefore it will be taxable at 18%. Bright Minds alone, 2,50,000 exempted pa. 2,50,000 is exempted, okay, nothing. KIT exempted. Little Millennium, there is no amount. Bright Minds 1,50,000 taxable at 18, and last case 2 lakhs will be exempted. Then next, paper procured for printing the question paper, that is goods. For goods we don't have any exemption, so it will be taxable. So what is that? 4,30,000, 2,58,000, 3,44,000, all these 3 numbers are taxable at 12%, because the rate applicable for goods will be 12%. So 4,30,000 into 12%, 2,58,000 into 12%, 3,44,000 into 12%. So this is the GST paid. Then next one, next point, honorarium to paper setters and examiners, not on the rolls of the institution, means they are not employees. So this will be coming under services, but it will come under examination, conduct of examination, so exempted. That 5 lakhs will be exempted. Then next, rent for exam centers taken on rent like schools for conducting exam. So this is also, so conduct of examination, 8 lakhs exempted, but 1 lakhs will be taxable. Why? Because that is not an education institution. So 8 lakhs is exempted, but that 1 lakh will be taxable at 18%, 18,000. Then next one, subscription for online educational journals. Online educational journals, only category 2 is exempted. So KIT alone exempted, but all other cases it will be taxable at 18%. Okay. So all 3 cases it will be taxable at 18%. Then next one, higher charges for buses used to transport students, faculty. Transportation services only to category 1 is exempted. Here category 1 is what? That 5,50,000 and 7,50,000 is exempted. 5,50,000, 7,50,000 will be exempted. But the other 2 numbers, category 2 will be taxable, and Bright Minds not an education institution, that will also be taxable. So 4,80,000 taxable, 1,30,000 taxable at what rate? 18%. Then next one, catering services. Catering services also only for category 1 exempted. So 2,60,000 and 5 lakhs. And catering service can be provided anywhere within the school premises or outside the school premises, it will be exempted. And the other 2 cases, that is category 2 institution 3,20,000 and 1,80,000 not in education institution will be taxable, and here the rate of GST is 5%. So 3,20,000 into 5%, 1,80,000 into 5%. Then next, security and housekeeping services. They gave 1 point. Security and housekeeping service category 1 is only exempted, but in that also security and housekeeping service for spring model category 1 include 80,000 payable for security and housekeeping at a student event organized in a banquet hall outside the campus. So that part of the transaction will be taxable, which means 4,65,000 you take. Out of that 4,65,000, 80,000 only will be taxable. So KIT taxable, no exemption for security and housekeeping. 4 lakhs exempted fully, 3,75,000 taxable. In this 4,65,000 only 80,000 will be taxable. So see that. So 6 lakh taxable, this is fully exempt, this 3,75,000 taxable, but the last case only 80,000 will be taxable, okay, at 18%. Then the total if you do, that will be called as total GST paid on inward supplies. Now suppose they are asking us what is the GST payable on inward supply. If they ask us to compute the gross liability also, so what is their outward supplies? Is there any information regarding their outward supplies? No, there is no information regarding their outward supplies. So there is no gross liability, and out of this which can be taken as credit. So in case of this KIT, as KIT's outward supply is exempted, so this 2,62,000 cannot be taken as credit. And as spring models, that is Little Millennium outward supply is exempted, they cannot take this 14,400 as input tax credit. And as Bridesmaids outward supply is taxable, they can take ITC, but only to the extent of what? So eligible. And here all are eligible only except catering. Catering is a blocked credit. Catering service is a block credit except 9,000. So which means how much ITC they can take? Minus 9,000. So that will be 2,15,460 minus 9,000. So 2,06,460 can be taken as input tax credit. And in case of 98,880 also ITC not available. Why ITC not available? Because so the spring models outward supply is exempted, so they cannot take ITC on their inward supply. So these are the questions that we have on exemptions in study material.